Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of Rough Around the Edges, brought to you by Roughneck Games. I am Joe. With me are Dan.
Hey, random.
Dane.
Hello.
And Jarf.
Greetings.
Mixing
order.
up the order.
Awesome.
We are going to continue with part 2 of our 2K16 Elephant Topless Rhinoceros Cinematic
Film extravaganza.
It's a hell of an amalgamation.
or whatever we call
Animals were included.
it. We did talk about animals,
Nice.
but we have over half the list left.
That's
'cause
true.
did
Last
talk
time we did
about
talk
animals.
about animals. That's
Oh,
right.
speaking of which,
None of those.
I believe you wanted to
I was
issue
gonna
a
wait.
correction.
I was going to wait till the arquated
well,
section.
tough shit.
No,
So
this is weighing on your mind. I know
it was bothering me after last time I found out hyenas do not have hemipenes. I think that's just snakes and lizards. So there you go. We don't always correct ourselves, but when we do, it's about biology.
It's important.
Only.
not what.
It's important to know
It
the
is.
facts
We all
Yeah.
about
knowledge
the
is power.
anatomy of
Things you
hyenas.
everybody.
really need to know. Those who
We
need
do.
to know this
Yes.
need to know this.
Maybe use that as a jumping point to learn about more creatures with various duplicate sexual organs.
Yeah, which
And
starts
or,
us with our,
shoot, vestigial organs.
our first
We're
movie
We're promoting learning. Okay.
in 2K16
Penguins.
is going to be related to this topic just because it's the order
Nice.
we're going in now. Kung Fu Panda 3.
Wow.
Wow. It was real.
Did anybody see Kung Fu Panda 2?
No,
I did not.
Yes.
Or one.
I believe I've seen both of them.
I've seen the first.
Have you?
I have. I have
seen-
many
I
young
don't
children
believe I've
around
seen
me.
the
I
second.
might have seen the first one.
If I did, it
I
was
like-
not memorable.
I like Jack Black a lot, though. But
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
It's a fun, random little thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much sense.
I certainly
If
enjoyed
I
the
was a
first one.
kid,
It doesn't make much
I
sense.
would love it.
I should take my
I know
stance with
that
that
much.
I took with Star Wars. Make for adults.
make
Dismemberment.
a Kung Fu Panda movie for
Make the
adults.
anthropomorphic speaking animals
murder
mortally
each other.
deadly.
I mean,
Redundant.
This is a Kung Fu Panda fight to the death.
I'm kidding.
Pandas are pretty vicious, are they not?
2 pandas enter.
I
1 panda leaves.
Tropic Thunder, though, that one scene with the panda. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice go hardcore with pandas.
Tying it back together.
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I get it.
Oh,
Are you talking
God.
about the promotional thing where he's like wearing the panda head and?
Yeah, Ben Stiller like murders a panda because he thinks it's an enemy, and then wears its head as he goes insane in the
right,
jungle.
right. Okay.
I wonder if they did that because Jack Black was in the movie and because Jack Black had
Oh,
been in Kung Fu Panda.
maybe it would have.
Wasn't that before?
I'm not
I
sure.
think that was before.
The
I
first-
don't know.
No.
We're
The
already
first
on
Kung Fu
Kung Fu
Panda was a
3.
while ago.
Because they had a promotional thing before the movie came out with Ben Stiller, Robert Downey Jr., and Jack Black, where Robert Downey Jr. is wearing like an Iron Man mask and playing with like the Iron Man toys and talking about how popular it is. And then
Yeah.
he
Jack
puts
Black
the,
was
he
wearing
puts the
them.
panda head on Jack Black and then just like destroys his nuts.
That was a ridiculous.
Wow.
That was a
That's a
ridiculous
crazy-
video.
It's
That's
awesome.
weird.
So yeah, it was right around that time.
Yeah, they
Nice.
had some weird promotional videos. Probably because it's a Ben Stiller movie.
Yeah,
wonder
it was
what-
hilarious though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ben Stiller movies.
What do you mean by destroys his nuts, by the way?
He first slides in on his knees and just like
I like how you're
That
doing a
action
groping
was interesting.
motion. You were just like,
You
cup,
just
cup
cr-
the
you
balls.
Just cupped, man. He did a sliding technique.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I
You
did.
definitely did a
Fingers
squeezing
were moving.
motion.
Being a bit of a hand talker
He,
there.
he slid in on his knees and did like like punching a bag
Oh,
in
okay.
like a gym.
little speed bag.
Yeah, speed bag on
bag
the
on
Speed bag, the bean
on
bag.
the balls, and they just kept hurting him in different clips. It was great.
Wasn't it what there was like somebody's nephew in the room that was egging him on or something?
No, like they wanted to entertain him because he
Yeah,
wasn't laughing
yeah.
at anything about what they were They started out discussing the movie, and then
And he didn't
the kid
find it funny.
didn't find anything
Yeah.
enjoyable.
So that digressed from that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ben Stiller movies, Zoolander 2 comes out
Yes.
in a
Here
couple
we go.
weeks. It's February 12th. And
Nice.
something about Ben Stiller movies is, especially with Zoolander was one of those, and I think Tropic Thunder was the first time I saw it. I came out thinking, okay, it was entertaining, I guess, but it wasn't phenomenal. And then the second time I saw it, it was great. I thought I laughed the whole time.
Yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
agree with that.
I
yeah.
think
I
it's
agree.
I think it's because his movies they're kind of weird, and you go in the first time and you watch them, and a lot of times it's just like, all right, that was strange at parts, and not the normal kind of funny. But then seeing it the second time, you know kind of what to expect, and you let yourself kind of enjoy it, and then it all hits you as hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absurd.
Yeah,
Cable Guy was like that for me too, but I know a lot of people don't like Cable Guy.
Wow, that was such a
another
bad
Jack
movie.
Jack
I
Black
like that
appearance
movie.
in
That was
that.
hilarious.
Some
Some call it Jim Carrey's finest performance.
Nobody calls it
no,
Jim Carrey's
actually the
performance.
opposite. I think.
His performance wasn't terrible.
No.
That was
he
a
is
rough-
not why that movie was.
That was a
But
rough roll.
anyways.
He had a very
Creepy.
convincing list.
I'm a little concerned about Zoolander, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
It
Yeah.
could be atrocious.
I just, and I mean, I try not to take too much stock in trailers, but I caught that one recently, and I just didn't find myself interested,
Yeah.
which is not a good sign.
Right.
See,
'Cause
I
I did
haven't
enjoy
seen
the
trailer.
first one.
Is Mugatu in it again?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I figured he had to be. Owen Wilson is probably in
It looked like a lot. Yeah,
Console.
I saw a trailer too. It looked. There was too much in the trailer that was like callback after callback to the first movie and referencing the first movie, things like that.
right.
And
See, yeah, you got to do that tastefully.
yeah, and I feel like if they're just
Tastefully.
if the trailer's chock full of that, like either it's like that's to interest people and they go to the movie, it's totally something new and fresh, which is good.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And or there's just so much of that, and that's the only funny part. Like that's the worst thing about like comedy trailers is when you go and like watch a movie after seeing a trailer, and the only funny parts were the trailer, or like
Most of them.
most of them, yeah. And or in this case, it's just like the callbacks, and then you go and it's just all callbacks, and those were the funniest of it. And I don't know, I'm worried
Yeah.
about that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to be 60 minutes of people trying to pull their hands out of, or their underwear out of their pants. And then the rest is going to be breakdance fighting.
Yeah. And then the tribute. to
Hopefully,
David
Billy Zane is
Hansel.
in it.
He's a cool guy.
Bowie. Oh God, yes.
Listen to your friend Billy Z. Yeah,
That's a bigger
I'm a little
part.
worried about it too. I would say, I'm
Yeah.
not really sure why they did this. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully when I watch it, I understand why. But Anchorman 2 is the same thing for me. Anchorman 2 wasn't not funny, but
It
I mean,
wasn't as good.
it's not like the characters are so compelling that we need another story. Like, just let it stand for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as
that's
this
kinda
one
how-
awesome thing.
Let it be.
That's kind of how I feel. Like for me personally, the way I view a movie does sometimes change based on follow-ups. Actually, that's the way The Matrix is with me. Like I'm now kind of like about watching the first Matrix, whereas I think if they had never made the second two movies, I would probably be always super psyched if it was on TV or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It's a cool story arc, though. I mean, I
did enjoy
enjoy
the-
the Matrix trilogy.
Yeah,
As like
I-
a pure sci-fi crazy.
I don't think the
situation.
second and third one could possibly hit you the same way the first one did. 'Cause
No.
the
first
one
one
was
was
so.
so good.
And that,
Such a novel
and,
movie.
It
and
was incredible.
I realize that, and I totally understand that at this point. But there was something cool with just like there is, and we're totally getting off track here, but
Yeah.
there is something great about. I mean, at first it's bittersweet, but great about movies kind of leaving you in the dark about a couple of things, and now you go back and watch the movie and know where all of that is leading, and it's kind
Right.
of it's kind
I
of
understand that.
it wasn't.
The
too
mystique is
spectacular.
gone.
Yeah, exactly. I actually watched the
But
Prestige
Jennifer
today.
Lawrence.
I watched the Prestige today, and I just made that comment in the Prestige. They talk about how leaving people wondering and knowing it's not real, but
Yeah.
still,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hope drives us forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just
Zoolander.
imagining Dane walking in when they're sitting down at the first meeting to talk about Anchorman 2. Like, should we make this movie? And Dane walks in with a boombox over his head that's just playing "Let It Be" by the Beatles.
yeah.
Just let it be.
And I will live like that
And
in Hollywood, doing it to all stupid possible sequels.
I saw Anchorman 2 as well, and I watched the like unrated or whatever, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
basically just other takes from every scene.
They did that with
almost.
the first one too,
yeah, and it like
and it was just completely
because
random.
I hadn't seen the theatrical release first. I watched the unrated one.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is dumb as shit. Like, and I haven't gone back to watch it since. Like, I was like, this is way worse than the first one.
It kind of was.
But-
Some of the humor was just really dumb. Like not
Yeah.
In the second one,
like absurdly,
yeah,
off the wall, just
yeah,
unrealistic dumb stuff.
it was
Right.
almost like it was. They were.
I mean,
it was
they did
like
that
they
in
were
the
trying
first
to
one a little
imitate
bit.
themselves. It was,
Yeah.
and poorly.
Speaking of movies, they might.
I hope Zoolander's good, by the way.
Yeah, me
before
too.
I
Yeah,
even-
yeah.
Yeah.
So do I.
I, think,
would enjoy that.
I hope it's going to be good. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be horrible. I don't think they would do another one. I
Nah.
don't think Ben Stiller
Ben
would
Stiller,
do a
I think,
second
is
one.
just- He's a smart guy.
Yeah,
He is. Yeah.
I can't think of a movie where he's gone and made a second one, and it's been horrible. So
Uh,
I don't know. I probably have not seen most sequels.
So we have no track record of him making terrible sequels.
okay, hold on.
Well, he had
Fockers movies?
Oh,
Fockers movies, the
That's a good
whole
point.
museum series. I'm not sure what those are.
Oh,
yeah, but those
yeah.
are kind of more for kids, right?
They are actually pretty darn good.
well,
No,
I'm
I've
not
seen the
gonna
first
lie.
one. I liked it.
Hank Azaria
but
is always so hilarious.
They're definitely not the same as like his other movies.
throw some Robin Williams in
Yeah.
there.
Robin Williams, R.I.P.
If I was a
Yeah.
kid, I would like all those. I would say.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're
and
good.
I am a kid,
No,
which is
yeah,
why I watch them.
I'm a big kid
I
now.
love all kinds of kid stuff as much as
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Star Wars should move slightly.
Nah,
more.
Right. Back to even though
So-
Star Wars should
No,
be
no,
dark.
I have complex feelings about Star Wars.
We'll go. High expectations. No, sorry. High hopes, low expectations.
Here's
That's
a
how I'm gonna go
question.
into that.
Well, yeah, that's the vote for Zoolander.
That's what we're gonna.
Random
vote.
question of the day for Dane.
That's probably a good.
What do you?
combo.
What would you
expectations
see?
down.
You
That's
can
how I
see
go
one
into
movie.
most things.
You can see one movie.
Yeah.
Can't see the other.
Of what? What are my choices? Any movie ever?
Zoolander
Or
2. Deadpool.
Deadpool?
Okay.
There
Definitely.
you go.
I'm trying to gauge where you're
Just
at
trying
with
to
it.
gauge
Yeah,
where you're at with
definitely
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
You've said some things,
For sure.
and some things are extreme. And some
Like,
things
well,
sad.
what was
I think he
extreme?
was comparing it
Something
to
sad
his
in me.
interest in other comic book movies, but his interest in general comic book movies outweighs most other movies.
Yes, that is an accurate
So-
assessment.
Okay.
It's like the
You-
lower end of the upper crust.
Nice.
Okay,
There you go.
Well said.
The underside.
What would you
want
wanna
to
see
the pie
first?
crust.
out of those two movies.
What? Deadpool and Zoolander?
Yeah, what would you
I
see
want to
first?
see Deadpool first and possibly exclusively.
Depending on what you
I
hear.
don't
They
really plan to
actually
pay money for Zoolander
Come out on
too.
the exact same day, so you could just watch them back to back if you wanted.
I don't. I'd rather. I would actually
I do.
rather watch Deadpool twice, probably, knowing how I'll feel about
Oh.
it, than watch Zoolander at all.
I'm post precognitive because that
Precognitive.
information's already out, but I didn't know it.
Oh,
Now
Nice.
this one might be.
Don't worry, I'm just saying words.
I think we might have lower hopes for this one, but we'll see. Another sequel that maybe shouldn't be made, but we don't know yet. Independence Day Resurgence.
ooh, I am interested in this.
I am kind of excited for that,
I'm
and I'm
interested.
not entirely sure why.
I don't know either.
I think it might just be triggering the enjoyment I had when I was a kid, because it has been. Usually, you don't have this kind of a gap between sequels. I mean, how long has it been? It's been
a long time. I don't think it's. Is it a sequel? I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like
well,
it's just like
it
a
is. It's
straight
the
up
totally.
same characters
reboot,
much later.
yeah.
but like a okay, yeah.
And
Okay.
didn't it
Yeah,
come
it's
out
way the same
around
people.
a
It's, the
similar time as
original-
Zoolander? Why are they doing this?
Yeah, but
You're right. Let's.
I mean, I
pretty
still
sure they're
don't-
just going back 20 years and remaking everything from those years.
Yeah, the original was 96, by the way.
Oh, nice.
So wow, 20 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was 20 years.
I mean,
Wow.
Wow.
I struggle to think of what they're going to do differently. I mean, I would assume they're not going to just. Obviously, the aliens are coming back, but
Same plot.
I don't think that it's going to like.
20 years older.
I mean, they have to be
I don't-
creative in certain ways to make it different.
Yeah,
And,
I agree.
But I don't know what they're going to do that's going to be that great. But for whatever reason, I still
Just don't have Will
Love
Smith
it.
in it, apparently.
yeah. Will Smith's
He's not in it?
No,
No.
his character is dead at the beginning of this one.
Wow.
From a barbecue accident.
I can.
Survived the alien invasion.
He could have been at a
Countless
barbecue
battles.
the first
Yeah,
time.
that's true. He
Um,
could have been there before.
Could have been there.
I mean, I
Caught
can
up with him.
I can explain what I've heard the reason why his character's dead. but
Spoiler
I don't-
alert?
I don't know what
They
it's
didn't give him
from.
enough money.
Okay.
Yeah, that was exactly
they
contract
did.
dispute.
I mean, that's the real reason.
Yeah.
It's
but
like,
I
I've
mean,
made better
I mean,
movies
in
now.
the story, what they're saying.
Oh, I see.
So
Nice.
I don't know if you guys want me
joined
to say that or not.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
If
don't
you don't
know.
want to hear
Spoiler
it,
alert on
skip
this.
the next minute. And yes, I did say yes, show.
I heard it.
So what I read is that he was testing alien aircrafts and stuff that they were working on with alien research, and something goes wrong, and he dies in an accident,
Well, his wife is in it, Vivica Fox.
which makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, it does.
He was welcome to Earth.
They will
it-
use
it's
him
not
as a
one
rallying
of, It's
cry.
not one of those ridiculous stories that some movies use, which I can't
What?
think of right now. But there's some weird reasons why characters don't return to sequels
Right.
Dude,
that
sure.
have been offered before.
Data is in it again.
Yes. Good.
Oh man,
Nice.
he survived.
What's his name again?
Brent Spiner.
Brent Spiner. Right.
Yeah.
That
Nice
guy's
to know.
awesome.
Woo, had to
I enjoyed
hold my
seeing
breath. That
him.
was so exciting.
Yeah.
In that role.
I really enjoyed Independence Day. Good sci-fi film, just exciting action. I think I just liked it because it was one of the few times I've seen an epic story that involves the unification of the world.
Yeah,
which is
that's true.
Just like a kind of satisfying feeling.
The other one,
you'd like to hope
backed
that
by
happens.
Dennis Quaid's brother.
No. Yes, correct. Dennis Quaid's brother will be
Very important
R.I.P. Yeah.
All right.
And
Just crash right into that thing, will you?
I have interesting feelings. Recently, I watched.
I have
interesting feelings. Oh, listen, that's not what I meant.
Listen to me.
Mixed feelings. So I recently just watched some people's take on the trailer and Independence Day coming out, and I mean, if you do go back and watch it, there are some things that it's just like so sultry, Jeff.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum has some
My brother
really
just
good
showed me a
photos.
picture.
It's a good
of,
headshot.
the headshot of Jeff. Is that his headshot on IMDb?
Oh, it was the one that showed up on Google.
Oh, okay. The
great.
headshot of Jeff Goldblum.
Sorry, I totally interrupted you. with that.
No, that was
That would interrupt
the
anyone.
sexy men. Shit.
The Fly.
You watch some people watching the trailer.
Yeah, that's it. And if you do go back and watch it, like there are some things where it's just like this is. At the time, I loved it, but I was also 10. So hopefully this one's good too, and I enjoy it. But I mean, with most movies, I go in to have an enjoyable experience. But one thing that's funny is Bill Pullman's speech at the end. There's a video on YouTube. It's Gilbert Gottfried reading that speech, and it's hilarious.
I cannot stand Gilbert Gottfried.
Small doses.
Zero. I mean,
No,
as soon
I get
as
it.
he speaks, I want
Yeah,
to
it's pretty
turn off whatever is
annoying.
producing that sound.
Except
Like Fran
for
Drescher?
not Iago though, right? Iago the parrot in Aladdin.
Oh, yeah.
That was-
Yeah.
His best
That's
role
his
ever.
only. That's his only
That's fair. I loved Aladdin.
thing.
I used to fall asleep to the Aladdin soundtrack when I was a child.
Nice. Great choice. It's an awesome soundtrack.
Arabian.
It's very soothing
Wasn't
at
he the
parts.
principal in Problem Child, the Problem Child movies too?
Oh,
So it was
God.
like always a ridiculous reaction to the kids' antics.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah,
Yep, he was in Problem Child.
Gilbert.
It's very funny because it kind of shows. It's Gilbert Gottfried, but it shows you how ridiculous that speech is if you take it kind of at face value.
If you don't have
Oh,
the
it's if
Bill
it's,
Pullman behind it.
Yeah, you need Bill Pullman. I mean,
You need Bill
that is an
Pullman
actor.
and an alien invasion that's about to wipe out the species.
Well, it's a situational thing, yeah.
Because
We're
then the
not
sentiment's
gonna
like,
cry at the
okay,
end of
yes,
the
we need
night.
to hear this right now. That's good. Let's
Anything
do
you
this.
say is going to
what we
work.
need.
Yeah. Kick some
Got it,
ass.
Mr. President.
It's like we're all
All
gonna
right,
die.
Mr. Bill Pullman.
I'll do what you want.
We'll fly to jets. Just randos from Nevada.
The Black Knights will be
Oh, what was his
victorious
what was
once
his
again.
name in Spaceballs?
Bill Pullman.
Yeah,
Wow,
Star
totally blanked on
something?
it, Yeah, Star Killer.
No.
No.
Oh man.
Star-Lord.
Not
I
Star
just recently saw.
I know Star Lord was the first thing that came to mind, but that's obviously not right.
Dark Helmet.
We're gonna need
Well,
that
no.
information though.
Yeah, because it's
Before I
actually
explode.
bugging
Oh,
me.
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Right,
Yeah,
that's it.
Lone
Yeah.
Star.
And Dot Matrix. Barf.
And Barf.
That was a great
Good
movie.
movie. I heard there was another one coming out actually.
Oh no.
What with Bill
Yeah.
Pullman?
Mel Brooks.
He needs work.
Maybe they really are.
They won't
remaking
have
things.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah,
though.
they're just remaking.
Probably not.
I mean, he stopped acting. For
It might
good.
not even be true. It was probably a blurb I
kinda
saw. And I was
like-
like, oh yeah, and then just moved on in my life.
Oh yeah.
I kind of think it's cool when actors do that, where they're like, I'm
Like,
good. I'm good
You know
with my
who else-
acting career.
You know who else did that?
Bill Pullman.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Did he?
I think he did.
Did he
I'm
just say I'm
satisfied.
not doing it?
I think he acted for a while in like post Home Improvement, and then he was like, I'm just gonna live life for a while.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Goodness knows he made a fortune off.
I
Home
respect
Improvement.
it. That's the better as a child actor. That's probably the better way to go than the crazy
I have
drug
very
bow out.
addiction.
very little data at all to support what I'm
It was
saying.
just
go with it.
speculation.
I
'cause he
had
hasn't-
just the life-
Is it just speculation because he
That is
hasn't
the
gotten
life for JTT that
he
I
hasn't
want.
gotten work?
What
so
data
you're
did
just
I have on
assuming he
hemipenes?
nobly stepped away from the profession.
That's what I've been assuming for at least 20 years, or the last airing of Home Improvement.
According to the
Meanwhile, he's
Nerdist,
homeless at the streets of L.A.
it's confirmed. They're going to make
He needs this.
a second Spaceballs and spoof The Force Awakens.
Wow.
That was from
Oh, okay.
December 18th,
Cool.
2015.
Nice.
So recently, actually, this article was the day that The Force
So
Awakens
it's-
was released.
Very good.
Disney doing it then?
I don't know.
did they do the
Nobody
first one?
knows.
Well, I just figured they'd be pretty extreme about protecting the rights to that.
Well,
parody,
but it's
parody
not-
is protected.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
it's a total farce.
You're a total farce.
Sometimes.
This got real.
Sometimes.
This
Very
got
quick
real.
retort. Your mom went to
I'll
college.
allow it. I'll allow it.
I don't even remember where that's from.
That's from Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. God.
Wow, we're all over the movies.
Another movie that people love that I do not. Napoleon
I thought it was
Dynamite.
hilarious, but I know people that really
Depends on my
hate it.
mood.
I
I
find
know
it
you,
charming,
so.
but it's not anything that I would explore.
What's the opposite of charming?
Revolting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
grotesque.
that's where I'm at.
Abominable.
You just didn't like it at all. There were some funny moments.
Nefarious.
Nefarious.
That's I'm
Chaotic.
just going off on a tangent of negative words.
That was-
Vocabulary.
That was another one that, like, definitely second, maybe even third time saying it. I was like, all right, yeah, I find some things about this funny. But
Yeah.
going back now,
Favorite?
I watched it recently. I was like,
Yeah, I think I tried to watch it recently. I was like, "This is dumb. I'm done."
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
not
I
super
don't know. Maybe
entertaining.
it was just situational. For me.
Yeah, also, I mean,
Your mood going
it
in.
came
the
out
first
when
time?
we were, what, like 19, 18?
It was a long time ago.
So,
At this point,
Play Guess Our Age, dear listener.
yeah.
and guess if we're at all correct about when that movie came out.
Yeah.
We're not even going to bother to look it up.
Yeah.
So another one on this list is in June 10th is Warcraft, which I've already spent a significant amount of time talking about previously.
Right.
on
That's true.
This
We
podcast.
have. Yeah.
This podcast.
We
Rough
have,
Around the Edges.
we discussed,
Is that what it is?
That's what you're listening to.
yeah, we discussed the trailer pretty in depth.
I mean, I don't think a lot has changed for me. Still excited.
Yeah, I hope
Same.
for the best for that. Honestly, when I read,
Get some more
I
face.
recently read more about where they were going and the types of things, the way they describe characters, just like general information, and it got me a little more excited because it's just everything.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
Just
great,
the lore.
Great
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, it's the lore that's gonna
It does
really
seem
piece it together for me.
pretty true to the lore. So
Yeah, I mean it's like Anduin and Gul'dan and Durotan and
Yeah.
Grump and like Orgrim. Like it's awesome.
well,
I just love that stuff.
I value that they're doing that rather than just going off on some weird tangent that really has nothing to do
Right.
with the world and just
Just
making
giving the MMO fans,
making a Dungeons and
give 'em
Dragons
fanfare.
movie with Jeremy Irons.
Just
Oh.
no, just a Murloc movie. No, we're gonna see a Murloc kids movie come out. I bet you.
Oh. There
If it
weren't
does
any
well-
Murlocs during this time. They weren't in the game that
There
took
were
place
no
at this time.
Murlocs.
I don't think they exist.
There were no forks
They came out
in
later.
medieval times. Therefore, there are no forks at medieval
Thank
times.
you for quoting a Ben Stiller movie.
Call back to the Cable Guy.
Yeah, that's right. Tying it all together.
Wait. Was that a been? Yeah, it was Cable Guy.
Yeah, it was Cable
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
They were at medieval times.
Imagine that.
with Janine Garofalo.
Yeah, that was Janine Garofalo. So to tie it back to a previous theme, I'm going to go to another one that kind of makes you scratch your head and say, should they be doing this? Is the new Ghostbusters, which isn't a sequel.
right?
From what I can tell, it doesn't have anything to do with the originals, other than that they're Ghostbusters, right? So
I
The
do not
originals
know.
are in it.
they're in it, but they're not their characters. It's got cameos.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's supposed to be.
Is it a reboot?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a reboot.
Total reboot.
Spider-Man
So-
reboot 3. No, it's
You
Remember that
mentioned
cartoon?
before that it's all women.
it's an all-woman cast.
right. The whole cast.
Across
well,
the board.
There's
In
nothing
the
but-
future,
Higher
New York
cast.
City has become
So the
all
cameos
female.
that I mentioned had sex changes.
Kristen Wiig.
Apparently. Kristen Wiig,
I know
yes.
she's in it. I
She's
think
definitely in
the blonde chick from Community, or I'm just totally making a guess. I don't know.
I know zero of them.
I
But
think
I know they're all women.
the big black lady from SNL is also in it. I can't remember her name.
Oh, really? Like the player now?
Isn't
She's a
Melissa
player.
McCarthy?
She's now.
Oh, yeah.
Melissa McCarthy's in it, right?
I
In
can't
the-
say that
Melissa
I'm excited
McCarthy
for
is the
that.
other one.
I don't.
I wanted a Ghostbusters 3, preferably like 15 years ago when they
Yeah.
weren't ancient
Yeah.
So-
I
Yeah.
was
Or
huge into
dead.
Ghostbusters.
or dead. Yes, that too.
Harold
Before-
Ramis.
before-
Or hated each other.
Did they?
Bill Murray and Harold Ramis had a bad
They had a falling out?
separation. Yeah.
That's
Why?
just lame. They were both good people.
I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Bill Murray is apparently a nice guy, but apparently difficult to work with. I don't know. I've heard different things.
He likes golf.
He
People
does.
are complicated.
People are complicated.
It is Melissa
He did
McCarthy's
tell
also.
Lucy Liu that she couldn't act and made her cry. Charlie Angels.
Charlie Angels.
Why would he say that?
Charlie
Apostrophe S.
Charlie's Angels.
Why would he say
What was
that?
that constructive criticism that he needed to give?
You're terrible. You're off the
Let me
team.
give you
Probably
a tip.
because she's a bad
Be better.
actress and she
She's
needed
so
to
cute,
hear it.
though.
I don't know. He's
She's
probably
so cute.
frustrated.
She's such a cutie.
Yeah, Lucy Lubot.
Yeah. From Futurama?
Futurama.
I know, that's a dream come true right there, minus the bot, plus the VR.
No, yeah, she seems like a wonderful person, but
I have no idea.
Wow.
She was great in that one Quentin Tarantino movie.
Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill Bill.
As the leader of the crazy.
Yeah,
88
like the
or
gang
whatever.
crazy Asian thing.
Uh,
Lucy
wow.
She took
gang,
over an
the crazy
Asian
Asian
gang. She took over an Asian gang.
Yeah, she did. She was
That
half.
was it.
I was
She
actually
was
thinking
half,
about
yeah.
this recently. She was half Japanese, half Chinese,
And
and
she was a
they
sniper.
brought
and
up her Chinese.
she was an assassin, and then like took
Yeah, they did
vengeance.
like her anime
Right.
kind of.
She's in
backstory.
that.
That was
she's
cool.
in that Sherlock Holmes series.
Yeah,
The
Elementary.
Elementary. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the guy.
I've
Oh,
seen
right.
like.
There's a lot of people that enjoy that.
Yeah,
I've not seen it.
I think I feel
I know a
spoiled
couple
by
people that are like
Sherlock. By the
Sherlock, the
Sherlock.
BBC show. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I
So-
struggle with
Cumberbatch.
that because of how long it is. Because I feel like I watched one episode of Sherlock, and isn't it like 2 hours long? Or
It's like a little movie.
it's-
Yeah, I
I
mean
think they're
it's
hour long,
three
three episode.
yeah,
It's three
seasons.
episodes a series. Series being
Series
season
being the season.
in
Yeah.
British talk.
It just didn't hold me like a Battlestar miniseries held me.
Yeah.
But I can't. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
It's
well,
interesting,
thought it
and I
was
like their
phenomenal.
acting. And
Agree to disagree.
I want to bring it back to Ghostbusters.
Wait, did you
I do too.
I
did you
actually
say Rommel?
agree to disagree.
I thought he said something about Rommel.
I thought
I'm
it was
sorry.
So you are-
phenomenal.
Oh, phenomenal!
So you're excited
I
for
thought it was.
Ghostbusters?
I don't
General
know about
Rommel.
excited. I'm not sure if I would say excited, but I am curious. I'll probably, I don't know if I'll like, go all out and try to see it, but I will not be opposed to seeing it if it sort of plops in my world.
In your purview.
But
Um,
I'm interested to see what it looks like these days because we certainly have much more capability in filmmaking to
Sure.
make it a really cool ghost paranormal movie.
Is that the direction they're going?
Well, I mean that's what the premise is.
It's got. I mean,
I just feel
There's
for
ghosts.
some reason I feel like they're going to go full comedy or something.
That's what it is.
it's going to be pretty comical.
Oh no, I said
think.
there's ghosts.
Well, they've got two
Yeah,
that's what I mean,
SNL
though.
people.
Yeah.
Because the other one is Kate McKinnon, by the way.
It's
who is from
Ghostbusters. It's gonna be
SNL.
sweet.
Okay.
It's gonna be weird ghosts. Some will be funny. Some will be weird and scary. Right? Like the first ghost in the first Ghostbusters is super scary if you're a kid.
In the
The
library.
library
Yeah.
yeller.
Not the one that went down on Dan Aykroyd.
That was
That was much
Ghostbusters
later.
2, and that was a much more advanced situation.
This is advanced.
Also,
Mark.
a baby got stolen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2 is also scary.
yeah.
Like-
It was.
like,
It was intense.
I don't need to
People
know that
stepping out of
someone's
paintings.
stealing my sister tonight at the
That-
door and
the dude-
flying through the air with a buggy.
The
or
dude
whatever.
that played Vigo was very frightening, and later
Right.
went to jail because he
Yeah,
was
he was
a criminal.
horrible human being.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a horrible person.
He looks like it.
I found some article about him.
What
It
did
was
he
his
do
ability.
in real life?
I don't remember.
Tried to
I
take
think
over
it
a
was
whole
something-
city with
I,
goo.
I think it. I don't think it was a nonviolent crime. I think it was something.
That's how we're going to
can-
approach this.
Get rid of all those options.
Yeah, just eliminate nonviolence. Stick with
It-
violence.
From here we
under the
speculate.
violent
It wasn't
headache.
like he got caught with a bag of weed. I think he like beat some people up or something domestic. I don't know. I
Yikes.
want to know now. I actually
Gross.
used to know this.
Well, Ghostbusters 1 was great. You know,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a balance of funny and like kind of like it was a bad situation that they had
Sure.
to solve. There.
Those were
Right.
amazing as
Yeah.
a child.
Oh, I loved them so
I
much.
had
I had all the toys.
Toys. They were
Yeah,
fantastic.
I had.
everything.
I watched the cartoon show, The Real Ghostbusters.
Yes, I actually just
not
watched
the
it.
one with the gorilla.
I just watched an episode of the Gorilla one.
Did you?
It was on some random, one of those like ancient cartoon channels. If you have
I probably
super
watched
cable.
it, but
It was really interesting.
I liked the other one more.
I mean, it was nonsense, but as are all children shows.
I mean,
But I mean-
that's my primary concern though, is that they're gonna go at this too lighthearted.
Yuck
It's
it
gonna
up.
be
Yeah.
full comedy.
Right.
It's not gonna do Ghostbusters justice.
Yeah, that's a legitimate concern.
well, it has a couple SNL people as the main cast, and then it has Melissa McCarthy, who does, ridiculous comedy
Comedy
stuff
stuff.
generally.
I
So,
like Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig's hit or miss. Although I do like her when she does well. And the other,
Yeah.
I don't remember who the.
Yeah, I can't
I
remember. She
haven't
was
watched
in, like,
SNL
Ted
recently,
2.
so I don't know.
she's fun. She's
Stuff
funny in what
like
I've
that.
seen. The SNL person.
Yeah.
Oh well, I will definitely. It'll be one of those movies where I'll be curious and I'll definitely watch it at some point in life.
I'm only curious because I enjoyed the
Yeah.
originals so
I
much.
hope they
as
do
a
well.
kid.
I mean,
there
there's
a
nothing
trailer?
about it being female.
Is there a trailer for this
I
yet?
don't know about that.
I
I think
don't
they
remember.
I think they just have been releasing pictures. This comes out in 2016.
I've only seen photos. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Comes out in July 15th, 2016. Dear listener.
That's not far away.
No, it is
It's
not.
close.
Maybe there's a trailer out.
Closeness.
You would think.
But yeah, I mean, growing up, it was kind of an iconic thing for our generation. I knew I had the Proton Pack and,
I
you
did
know,
too.
the trap
So
and,
good, man.
and the little toys from the cartoon show and
They
stuff
were
like
great.
that. So,
They were great.
my mom made us Halloween costumes with like the big Ghostbusters logo on the back and,
Yes.
and like our
Like the
a name
jumpsuit.
patch on the front.
Oh,
that said,
yeah.
like I had
Nice.
Venkman
They were
or something
good.
in a patch. And I walked around with like I think I had the goggles too. I had just gotten those.
Full gogs.
So I had the gogs
And
and,
we
I
had
had a
the proton
Proton Pack.
packs.
And
Yeah.
oh, man,
Who had the
I felt
slider?
like such a badass.
The slider sucker downer.
We had one of those too. Yeah.
We did
Slider
have
suck
one.
box.
Do you remember the Proton
Slider sucker
packs?
down.
How they came with this like meter long, 3 foot long,
Yeah, and it like spun around.
yellow foam,
Yeah.
and it would inevitably get just destroyed the first week of
Yes,
your ownership
it
of
would.
the toy
Because of the fighting.
because
There was
Brilliant
fun.
design.
yeah, it was like a mini pool noodle.
Yeah, yes,
It was ridiculous.
I immediately took
I
that out
didn't-
and hit my scissors.
yeah, and then
all
it
the
broke in
time.
half, and you're like, meh.
I
It
didn't
still
get
makes
into
the
that.
noises.
It didn't need it anyways. Yeah, it makes noises.
I didn't know that.
My imagination is stronger than any piece of foam.
I think I was too young, probably.
Yeah, you were a bit
to-
younger
to
when we had those.
Know when we
Or
originally
concussed
got
because
them.
Well,
Joe was hitting you so hard.
But you
with it.
still, I mean,
Yeah.
you still grew up with it because everything that I enjoyed, I just forced
Joe
you to
has
play.
destroyed my brain,
So-
either directly or indirectly, many times.
Well,
Wake up, we're
Light-
playing
we'll call
two-player
it-
Contra.
or
And you just beat 'em back down.
hey, you
To
got a
the game.
concussion. Just lay there and
we'll
sleep.
call
It's
it
okay.
light trauma, okay? Light physical,
Healthy-
mental trauma.
growth.
Hey guys, don't let me fall asleep. I have a concussion. Just
Men-
came back from
we'll
the
call it
hospital.
men-
All right, buddy. I wake up 4 hours later.
You went over in the corner. Everyone's drinking, watching a football game, and then you go in the corner like, I'm concussed. I'm gonna lay down. Don't let me sleep.
I was
Wow.
on. I was on the love seat. I was in my basement on the love seat. I wasn't in a corner. It was in full view of everyone else.
Whatever.
Wow. Fraternal mentoring.
We're gonna-
That's what we should call
We're
it.
gonna fight
Whatever
this out.
is all I've got to say
on the
about it. You're
podcast.
alive. That's good.
Barely.
Everything's fun.
I know. I was just kidding.
Everything's fun.
Bodily injury and aiding prostitution, 1985.
There you go.
That's what he went to jail for.
In '85.
Yeah, so apparently he was criminal before they made the movie.
He was cast from that moment.
Yeah, they were like, give us your
We need this
craziest,
guy.
weirdest dude.
Give the guy that's like a Romanian weird warlock dude from the 14th century.
Yeah.
Well, we just got this guy.
We got this guy. Aiding prostitution, so, you know.
He had that
that's
look.
Not too bad. Bodily
He
injury.
had that look, and he didn't have
yeah.
really any lines.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
scary
Wilhelm
guy.
von
Yeah.
Hamburg.
Yeah. He was. I can't remember where he's from, like Austria or something.
Berlin.
But crazy, crazy
Born in
boxer
Berlin,
or
Germany.
something. I don't know.
Crazy
He's
boxer.
an interesting fellow.
He's a complex man.
Yeah.
Walked out of paintings.
I don't know who he-
children.
If you go to IMDb.
Oh, he died. He's dead.
Oh,
he
yeah.
did.
Bummer.
Soon the city will be mine and Vigo's.
Yes.
Well,
R.I.P.
mainly Vigo's.
Vigo forever, though, and maybe not in peace.
And then that guy
You
was on
belong in
Boston Legal.
hell.
Rest in peace. Oh no, not really.
Oh man.
Not
What
the
the
actor,
hell are we
just his
talking
character.
about?
So I'm gonna go to the next one here. I'm excited about this one. I know a lot of people who saw the trailer and were not excited as much. Star Trek Beyond comes out July 22nd this year.
I've heard
I'm
mixed
very
reviews
excited
of
for that.
I liked the first one a lot. I liked the second one. I know a lot of people didn't like the second one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I like the second one too.
Yeah,
I
and I
like-
saw this trailer and I'm
I
like,
did not
that
like the
could
second
be
one.
okay.
I'm definitely
Let's
in the
explore
don't
that.
like the second one.
I'd be
but
curious about
I
that.
feel like we talked about this already, but
Oh.
No,
Let's do it again.
really wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't.
I have no idea.
recall what
I
we're talking about.
But I just felt
So
like
we're
it
gonna do it
was too much of a focus again on Kirk and Spock and that relationship, and I felt like there were it just didn't have a whole lot of action in it, and I compared to the first one to me felt like a masterpiece. It was that good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone feels that way about it, but I thought that the
Yeah, it was
reboot was phenomenal. And
was
then
really good.
The second one just came out and fell flat. If you're going with Khan, you should go all out, and it should be more about Khan,
Yeah.
and it wasn't.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's such an important part of Star Trek, and it's just like they
mean-
threw out his name for the story and didn't really
Didn't really suffer his wrath.
do justice to what his story is.
there was not really the wrath in it,
Right.
of Khan.
Didn't feel the wrath.
Not enough of the
Didn't
wrath.
feel the wrath.
He did have a really, B. Cum did a great job.
Benedict Cumberbuns. Yeah, he always
Cumberbunnage.
does. He's a pro.
I'm a
He
big
was
fan of him.
fantastic.
He's a good
He's a
actor.
pro.
And that one scene, as you pointed out, Dan, that's like the whole long monologue
shot where he
ends it
starts
with a single
crying.
tear, and it's obvious that he
Yeah.
actually he must have really done that, or there
Yeah.
were really good prosthetics or something. But he does. Yeah, I think he did a fine job.
That's awesome.
Getting in the role.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it was as good as
Outstanding.
the first one. I'd say I really enjoyed the first one. Kind of like the genesis of the crew.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks jam-packed, though.
Yeah,
High
it looks
octane
intense.
energy
Yeah.
action.
Although
Jumping
I will
off of
say,
things with goggles on.
I will say
With
I
the gogs?
don't
gogs.
like their soundtrack choice for the trailer. That
Oh, Beastie Boys?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was in the first one.
didn't seem to. Yeah.
They had Beastie Boys in the first one.
Yeah, that
I
was
just-
a little...
I-
play crazy orchestral music.
Or
kidding me?
Intergalactic. Come on. Actually, no, I like Sabotage better.
That's not too
Intergalactic.
obvious.
I mean, there's
Intergalactic's
some
too on the
flashes
nose.
of very emotional scenes in that trailer, and having that blare, I'm just like,
I doubt it's going to be a big part of the movie.
right.
I mean, I think it was just a
I'm not
Oh,
concerned about
it
that.
better not appear in the movie.
I think it will. I think it's going to be. Well, it was in the first movie.
Yeah, but
when
why
he
would they
stole
do
the
that?
car, he was listening to it when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
And he stole his
Why would they
stepdad's
do
car.
that is okay
I
with
think
me.
that's why they're going to make it a throwback to that. And that's why he says, like,
Oh.
that's a great song. I don't know how it's going to come up,
it
but
is a great song.
that's what he says in
Yeah.
Here's my
the trailer.
thing. If you want in my opinion, these days, if you want to make a high quality, impactful film, they need to use an orchestra and make it gorgeous.
But this was a trailer.
John Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
You want to make a good movie.
I hope it's just for the trailer and it doesn't appear in the movie.
Get
That's my
John
Oh,
Williams.
yeah. Right.
Do it right.
If it does
Totally.
appear in the movie, it'll either be during something that's a scene with a lot of levity, or it will be
Yeah.
directly
Well,
referenced
like-
in the movie. Like
Yeah.
he'll play the song, like because he owns it.
right. Well, the first one,
Yeah, like
it was in the car.
It
so
was
like
on the
he's
radio.
listening to it in the car.
And it's not
fine.
like the whole soundtrack is ridiculous like that. Yeah.
right.
yeah,
I
they
hope
just
not.
totally change everything for like some
that's-
awesome
use
90s,
but it's a song.
some
that
90s rap rock.
Yeah. But that's a song in the
rock.
movie that they're physically listening to. Which
Oh,
takes a different.
is that what's happening?
Yeah,
Oh, he's playing it in their helmets.
I think he turns it on or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
What?
I didn't get that at all.
No.
So in the trailer, it turns on, and he says it's a great song.
Yeah, he
but
didn't break
then
the
it
fourth
plays through
wall
the
or
rest of the
anything.
trailer, but I don't think it's.
Oh, okay, but it's just
yeah.
momentary.
But it's not like,
yeah.
hey, this is
Okay.
background music that the characters don't really hear.
Hour and 40
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah.
of
He says it's a
Beastie
good
Boys.
song.
Just it's
Yeah.
a Beastie Boys soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually taking place in the world, not just like a
Gotcha.
soundtrack for the
Right.
listener.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't catch that at all. So
Yeah, which
that's-
makes it
that's
which
fine.
makes it okay
That's
for
fine.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a lot about the Beastie Boys.
they're an important part of Star Trek.
I might need to think this through. Maybe it
really
is-
that-
kind of
did that just
assess
rock your
your
world?
feelings.
Did you really think the Beastie Boys were the soundtrack?
Oh, not the whole time, but even one time is too many. If the rest of it is orchestral, like it doesn't belong in Star Trek.
Well, that's kind of what it's been so far.
Except for
If it was like
except for this
If it was
context
like a
that we
period
just
piece
discussed.
with like without that music, yeah.
Well, like they do a First Contact remake and then they're listening to Beastie Boys or something. Like that's fine with me. I'm just saying, if it's a beautiful, gorgeous score and then there's like a moment of action and they play the Beastie Boys,
Out of nowhere, and it's not really happening
Correct.
in the scene.
Exactly.
It's
Okay.
happening for the observer.
that would make me not.
Yeah,
excited.
I would
Yeah.
only see that happening in a scene that was obvious, would like be clearly not like a danger situation.
I think
you know?
I think you have nailed it. It's if it's that background music that the characters don't hear.
Yeah, and it's a reference.
it's not gonna be
It's
there.
it's
Yeah.
something that they actually hear, and it's a reference to that character,
Yeah.
referencing his past
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It
Right.
ties into the story, not just like,
Right.
hey, casual watcher of this movie, listen to this song.
want
that
some Beastie
really
Boys?
doesn't fit.
Well, like the Watchmen, right? The
Yes.
entire soundtrack it's just rock and pop hits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which somehow works. You know, I like Watchmen, and it was fine.
and it was set in that time.
But it's a different right. Yeah, and that's what made it.
Kind of interested in this. Have you seen A Knight's Tale?
Yes.
Did you enjoy the soundtrack choices?
Yeah, that
Just
I
because
mean,
it was different?
I didn't take the movie seriously,
fun.
and I bet the soundtrack was part of it.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
sets the mood for it.
But
But
I'm
it's
just-
supposed to be a fun movie.
Right. But I would think Star Trek
Another
would go
great
for.
Heath Ledger.
Oh no, I'm not trying to tie those together.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
But I
it
feel
was-
like-
that was
And
kind of a
that-
polarizing thing.
And that's kind of my point, though, is like for a movie like this,
That felt like a
that
gimmick.
needs an important
little bit.
mood. That's what would. Yeah, I can't imagine that one ever happening. That'd be like Star
Well,
Wars, and in the middle of Star Wars,
anyways.
Then Spider-Man comes out in the middle of
Backstreet
Star
Boys
Wars.
start playing.
Marvel
It's like,
crossover.
okay. Yeah, right.
I mean, I think it's a callback to the first movie anyway, because like if I remember correctly, they make it clear that he's listening to this song from a long time ago. It's like a classic song. It's like a classical song practically. While he's driving the car, like that, the kid is listening to it in the car. So
In the first one.
it's a
Yeah,
song
I
that
gotcha.
exists in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I like that they did that in the first one because it tied it back to, we listen to classic rock from however long ago. It kind of tied it into They're on Earth. This is a story where this person grew up on Earth, and that is part of Earth history and old music that people might still like when
That is cool. I do agree with that.
Yeah.
people like Elvis.
They do.
That's a long
People
time
like
ago.
Chopin. People like.
It's true.
I mean, that's
very
way
long
older.
ago.
Your
Right.
mom.
Well, when it
People-
what is that? That was awful.
No, people. You said people like, and I said your mom.
She's a nice lady.
I agree.
Sorry, you left it hanging, and I had to.
Mom jokes.
Yeah.
I set the tone earlier. I apologize.
You said a mom joke earlier?
No.
Oh, the quick retort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It was callback.
When does that take place? The first one. Do they say that?
Oh, I don't remember
Is
when.
it like 22 or 23?
Yeah, something like that.
Because I really do like that time.
It's like 100 years.
that time comparison of what are we listening to from 300 years ago?
yeah.
A lot of stuff, actually.
I used to
is
know
the
this.
answer.
Well, I mean,
All of
Enterprise
the-
takes place.
You have the
like
answers?
40
Yeah.
years from now. That one took
I mean,
place.
it's Bach, right? It's like
much
all
later.
the
Oh yeah.
the early classics.
I would call it pre Jean-Luc Picard.
classicals.
Jean-Luc.
And that's what, 2400?
Sure.
I feel like it is.
I don't know. What do we know?
I don't
Hemipenes?
know. I don't. It's the star dates. How often do you pay attention to the star dates?
All right, so we're gonna dig.
They say it the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like I know
it's all in
it's
star
some
dates,
kind
man.
of star
Nobody
date.
cares anymore at that point.
Just get to the nanobots or whatever's happening this week.
Sacks
Show me
of
the
mostly
weird alien
water.
that's going to betray you all.
Oh yeah, every time.
It's every other episode.
Is there anything else on that list?
Yeah, we got. We're getting into the depths of the B tracks here, but
Okay.
another one here that harkens back to childhood is Pete's Dragon. Which
Yes.
so are they just redoing
Pete's
the voices
Dragon.
and audio because it looks like
Oh, is that really?
I don't know.
Well,
Like, what is-
they keep showing the cover from the old one.
Yeah, it's always
I'm
a
not
picture of the
sure.
old one.
I'm not sure that's going to
For
be.
some reason, it's got like Robert Redford and Carl Urban
Yeah, I'm sure they're remaking it.
tying
all.
it back to Star Trek. Carl Urban.
Nice, Carl. Yeah, I have no idea what it's going to be, and I think that it's a
gonna be
weird
something.
concept anyway.
Well, whatever it is,
I didn't understand that movie as a kid. It was one of those where it's like, this is wacky.
Yeah,
Like
it
this is an animated dragon in some kind of fishing village in Maine or something in the 19th century. I don't understand it.
I vaguely personally remember it.
I don't think I've ever seen it. So.
Well,
Yeah, I did like it though. I watched it many times.
you probably shouldn't watch it now, but if you could time travel back to your childhood,
Yeah, you
and
gotta
then,
be a
like,
kid, I
think,
think.
I haven't seen
just
it.
don't as a child.
You don't have to
Yeah,
live your life.
maybe you should see the
Regret-free.
2016 version. It might be more modern.
yeah, I'm thinking no.
Yeah, right.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. See Carl Urban do it right.
Yeah. Observe him.
Robert Redford in the wings.
Robert Redford. Carl.
Sure, the
Urban.
dragon will be some kind of CG monstrosity.
Yeah, they're gonna get
voiced
it
by
right this
Jack
time.
Black. They're gonna do it this time. They had one warm up round.
Filming
Big leagues
began
now.
a year
35
ago.
years
2016.
Filming began a year ago yesterday in New Zealand.
Wow.
So apparently there's going to be new stuff, but everything keeps showing the picture from the original movie.
Yeah, they haven't
Which is
updated that.
not inspiring.
I hope the director's just like, give him this, freak him out.
Freak
It's a
them
deliberate
out.
move.
How many things on that list are a remake
Nuke 'em from orbit.
Or a sequel.
or a sequel
Let's
that was
see.
unexpected?
Star Wars, Zoolander, Independence
like
Day.
Star Trek, you expect, but
I hope they
Finding
never stop.
Dory is a sequel. Batman v Superman has existed for a long. Okay, maybe we should say what is new.
yeah,
Deadpool's never been done. Warcraft has never been done.
yeah. Like,
Angry Birds movies never been done.
I mean, it's almost kind of hacky at this point to be like, they're just remaking new stuff, but or they're remaking old things, but it's getting ridiculous.
Yep. It is, and it has
just
been.
rehash whatever worked before. And
Creative void has.
Hopefully, it's some kind of
fallen.
renaissance.
well, the next one
That's
I
the best
had.
you can hope for when you redo what was done already.
The next one I had is actually new, which is kind of exciting. We've talked about video game movies before in an episode, so we're going to bring this one up.
Sweet.
Assassin's Creed comes out at
Yeah.
the latter portion of December.
Right.
the
Yeah, I had
21st.
heard nothing about this.
I hadn't either until very recently, like 45 minutes ago.
Wow.
45
Been
minutes.
in and out of my mind.
Yeah.
It's mostly out.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah,
always
I
aware.
had either forgotten or
He
never knew.
is- You might know him as Magneto in
That
the
he
newer
was-
X-Men.
Oh, okay.
So he's in 2 movies now that we have on this
I
list.
wonder what they're gonna do with it. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I hope it's the first game if they are basing it on anything.
I hope it really encapsulates the lore like Warcraft does.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
It's got
Good.
Jeremy Irons, so it's
I really
obviously
do
gonna
enjoy
be
the story
awesome.
of Assassin's Creed, the behind the scenes story.
Yeah,
Hopefully they don't
I do
screw
too.
it up. And
I-
hopefully
yeah,
it's
I'm
not a
not
bunch
into
of
the
like
story.
cheesy parkouring and that's all it is. That's what we don't
I'm not
need.
sure
Michael
they're going to be able to
Fassbender,
do
epic
the
parkour.
combat effectively unless is he like combat trained? Like a whole lot of Assassin's Creed is just his ability.
You put the hood down, nobody sees his face. You put a stunt double in there.
That's true.
Everything's fine.
Stunt double it up.
And
That's a
he's-
good point.
He's a
And then
relatively
he gets
fit dude.
he puts
I
the
mean-
head down and it's him, and he goes and kisses a girl,
Well,
and
just
then
because
puts
he's
the hood
fit
back
doesn't
down,
mean
and
he
then-
can do
I mean, he can be trained.
graceful acrobatic maneuvers.
Yeah, but
Right.
you don't. I assume they've had him training before.
I'm
the
thinking
movie.
stunt double's more likely.
Yeah, possibly, but
Stunt double should get paid half his salary.
Yeah.
Well, it's got the general dude
That's certainly not his stunt double.
dude, he is in everything, and I think he's awesome.
from Edge of Tomorrow. You know what I liked him in?
From
was
Edge of
Braveheart.
Loved Edge of Tomorrow.
He was the giant guy in Braveheart that was Mel Gibson's buddy.
No, yeah,
Through
yeah,
Rockin's head.
he's in a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. He was
I've
in
s-
Gangs of New York.
Gangs
was
of
in
New
Gangs
York.
of New York.
He-
Brendan Gleeson, we were talking about.
Yes,
folks.
Brendan Gleeson.
He is awesome.
I've seen a lot of his lesser, not a lot, a couple of his lesser known movies. I don't know. I sometimes find things on Netflix and watch them, and there's some good like England-based movies that have come out that
So British
he's-
movies.
Yeah, British movies. Whatever. Sorry,
England base.
United Kingdom movies.
A Kingdom United.
And that he's been in. Also,
He's done a lot of stuff.
there was a movie where he plays a priest in Ireland that's really good. And what's his name's in it?
That helps.
Dowd,
Jim-
Chris Dowd.
Chris Dowd.
O'Dowd. Is it Chris O'Dowd?
Chris O'Dowd.
See, now we're in some rabbit hole where I have
Yeah.
no idea what you're talking about.
Saint Patrick, was he the priest?
Boo.
Is it Saint Patrick?
This
no,
guy?
No,
Why would
it's
it-
modern day? Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Chris
it's modern
Dowd.
day. Oh, that's Chris
It's
Dowd.
it's O'Dowd. I think.
Chris O'Dowd. It is Chris O'Dowd.
Yeah,
Not
he was
Chris
in
O'Donnell. Get it right, folks.
IT. Oh my god, what was that show called? It was really good. IT.
Oh
IT
my God!
Crowd?
No, no,
IT
no, no.
Crowd. Yeah,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That was
Okay.
a great show.
yeah,
Mhm.
fantastic.
All right, now we're all together on this.
Okay.
Bringing
Okay.
it back around.
So I did vaguely, quickly breach
Brief
past Finding Dory,
Nice.
which I have no intention of seeing, but I liked Finding Nemo a long time ago.
I'm sure it will be very
Oh, it's
enjoyable for
that?
children.
Okay.
Finding
Dory was the Ellen DeGeneres balloon.
Ellen-
Ellen
Yeah, yeah.
DeGeneres. Fish
Fish.
feast.
The Ellen DeGeneres
Fish
fish.
fist.
Fish fist. Oh man,
I bet it's great.
that was a pleasant flashback. Thank
That
you.
was-
Pixar does good work. That's the bottom line.
That ties us back to Warcraft because that was the fish feast from WoW,
Yes,
which we called the Fish Fist.
the fish fist.
Fish fist.
Jesus.
Oh man.
But yeah, but Finding Nemo, what year was that? 2003,
Probably.
2004.
Probably pretty
One
far
of those
back.
years has got to be correct,
Definitely.
if not 2002. But yeah, but that's a long time ago.
It is very long ago. It was a good movie.
So last one's Angry Birds the movie, and we ain't going to talk about it.
No way.
No.
Can't even imagine.
So
how
we
terrible
will
that
move
is.
right
Not
on.
even going to watch it if it's on free television.
Hey,
in
I
few
wanna-
years.
Free television,
So
Yes.
nobody has seen X Files. Is that correct? X Files
haven't
just
yet,
came back.
no.
Okay.
which is weird because
I watched the first episode last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I really liked it a lot.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh man.
A lot.
Well, now you know I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
think you'll like it a lot. They did a nice. It was nice.
I never really got into it, but
X-Files?
both
Oh,
of my
man.
brothers enjoyed it, so I
was
imagine they're
obsessed.
pretty amped for it.
I forgot
As a
how
child.
much I enjoyed it until I was watching it again. I was like, I want all this back again.
I
This
played
was,
the
like,
card game
great.
with them. That was
Nice.
fun.
It isn't like UFO conspiracies
Interesting.
and Monster of the Week.
Oh yeah, Monster of the Week.
Monster of the
I
Week.
mean, that was pretty much, if it wasn't a huge major plot episode, it was some kind of random paranormal thing they had to deal with.
Yeah.
That's something I remember from the card game is that they had so many bad guys. And
Yeah.
I thought they were all pretty unique and interesting
yeah.
side stories.
Weird
Yeah, it was
stuff.
great
The
to
card
show.
would kind of, I believe the card had like a brief description or maybe a
Nice.
quote or something. But
It's a cool universe.
And they managed to keep it kind of unique and exciting for 9 seasons or so. So and some
Yeah.
movie action.
One thing I really liked, and this isn't a spoiler or anything, when they're opening, I think it was like the opening scene, they explain how it's all real time for them. 9 seasons equals like 9 years in the unit together, and the way they explain that, and like now it's modern day, years later, it's crazy. It was great. It was like time passed with us, and now they're back on.
Yeah.
it, which is great, and they look older.
Well, no, I'm really
Yeah, I mean,
excited.
that
David
explains,
Duchovny had some life happened between now and then.
Yeah.
Some Californication, maybe.
Some
yeah,
Californication.
I'm sure a sex addiction is addiction.
Right?
It's exhausting.
Wonderfully exhausting.
Yeah.
Some interesting Gillian Anderson trivia. I can't remember exactly what the combination is, but she grew up partially in the UK and partially in the US. Like,
Yeah.
just started in the UK, went to the US.
She can do both accents
So
really well.
when she does interviews in the UK, she speaks with her British accent. When she's in the US, she speaks with her US accent.
Nice.
It's interesting.
Talented.
It's like being bilingual, but not really.
Bidialectical.
So I think we're going to move on to the R-Quatted, which was you, right, Dan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. R-Quatted random question of the day.
Okay, R-Quatted. It is movie themed, and I'm actually I was pleasantly surprised as we had our conversation because it came up a few times in some way. But my question is, what is your favorite film score of all time?
Oh, God.
Maybe like the theme song or a song from a movie, right? Like what can you listen to and just you're gonna get pumped?
Rocky 4.
Aladdin.
Wow, everybody gets it.
I'm going to stick with Aladdin.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
There's not many
Aladdin was a
soundtracks
great
that
theme.
I will fall asleep to, and even though I don't listen to Aladdin right now,
It holds up.
I think it was excellent. It was
Yeah.
excellent.
What if you just come to bed and like flip on the radio or flip on with, something on your phone and then just start playing it?
I'm
And your
gonna-
wife will
I'm
be
gonna
like, "What
listen
the
to it.
hell is wrong with
I'm
you?"
going to listen to Aladdin tomorrow at work,
There
and
you
people
go.
are going to be like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm going to be like, "F off." I'm
Deal with
listening
it.
to Aladdin.
So, what's your favorite song?
Oh man.
Whole new
One jump ahead of the
Yeah.
No, not that.
I used to know
It's not
friend,
really
Arabian
nice.
friend
words,
like me
man.
or whatever.
I think it
that
is
was.
the.
That was,
I think it is
that was a great one.
the magic carpet section.
Yeah,
the whole,
Whole New World.
romantical whole
Yeah.
new world.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song.
shining.
It's
shimmering.
uplifting.
It is. They're just loving life.
It's got good feels in it.
There was a good
So much good
Adam Driver skit with Aladdin when
Oh,
he
I saw
hosted
that
SNL.
from SNL.
It was ridiculous. Pretty
It
ridiculous.
was absurd.
Singing a whole new world.
She gets hit in the face with a bird,
Yeah,
and then some aircraft dumps the toilet
poop on her.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not as romantic as the
I,
movie.
I really enjoyed the Prince Ali song, like the big fan.
Ali Baba.
Yeah, that was a great song.
Yeah.
All of Robin Williams' side jokes.
Oh yeah. Robin Williams was amazing. In that
Happy to
movie.
work
He was
for
so
him.
good.
That was. I mean, I feel like there was
It was a
around the
great
time when they
movie.
It was
really
a great
started
movie.
to do Disney movies that were not just kid friendly, but the parents
Right.
would
Yeah.
enjoy
Get
it
some
and laugh
jokes.
because that was one where my parents were like, "I actually kind of enjoyed that movie."
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
were like, "So did we."
we loved it.
Everyone's
I'm
like,
gonna watch it every
wow,
day for the rest of my life.
"Just fun for the whole family."
And I used to watch those movies in a row, like that era: Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. I just
Hercules.
wake up and just watch. Loved them.
Can't remember. What's the name of the movie where David Spade's a prince and he turns into a llama?
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, Emperor's
that
New
was
Groove.
fantastic. as well.
Fantastic movie.
It's a really good
That
Hilarious.
was good.
Crunk.
Here's my.
Yeah.
Here's
Your
my
film
answer.
score?
Yeah, but I really like Clint Mansell.
Nice.
Uh,
Requiem,
Yeah,
among others.
he's made some good stuff. I really like the song at the So it's kind of hard for me to name one film.
It is hard. So, like what right now? What would you love to listen to? Maybe that's a better way to look at it. Because music is like it's really hard to say. What's your favorite song ever?
The first
it
Iron
changes.
Eagle.
Yeah, here's
Fantastic
I've
80s
actually
soundtrack.
I've actually downloaded a lot of soundtracks, but
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of
a
soundtracks.
specific one isn't coming to mind. But yeah, I'm a very huge soundtrack fan. Real quick, honorable mention: it's a video game, not a movie. Bastion soundtrack, fantastic.
Amazing.
Wow, so good.
I almost went video game soundtrack, but I feel like we could have a whole conversation
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
So I've kept it relevant to movies.
What
Which is the point of the Arquad in the first place.
I'll just give a few things that came to mind. Tron's got a few good things, and
yeah.
I'm a on again, off again fan of Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Not meaning I like some of their stuff.
Right.
Other stuff.
I liked that one of their albums
down,
in its entirety was like an
As long
anime.
as we don't get into EDM.
Yeah.
Like they made a music video that was the whole album and it was an anime
Nice.
Pretty cool.
for one of their albums.
Yeah,
It was,
They seem very talented.
I watched it actually. It was pretty good. It's crazy.
Really big because it's. I'm pretty sure. I can't say that for sure. I think it's at least one of the only songs in the movie. The song at the end of 28 Days Later. I don't know why, but I really like that. And they do a more harder version in 28 Weeks Later. And I really think that song, at the moment it happens in that movie is fantastic.
Nice.
And it really,
Interesting.
and because
choice.
there's not a lot of music in that film, like it really kind of punctuates the situation and stuff like that.
Nice.
That just made me think of the ending of the new Dawn of the Dead. How that movie plays the Richard Cheese Lounge version of
that's right.
Down with the
Yes.
Sickness, and then it ends with the
Yes.
real Down with the Sickness.
Yes.
I enjoyed that movie. Yeah,
I enjoy Richard Cheese.
yeah.
Maybe
It's just because there was Richard Cheese in it.
And
I don't
Or
know
his
who that-
music. Richard Cheese, which is basically means Dick Cheese,
Right.
does like lounge versions of crazy songs, like kind of edgy rock music, stuff like that, like Down with the Sickness by Disturbed.
Cool.
You might actually, it's enjoyable.
I bet
It's
it
got
would.
some good piano.
Softens up some of those.
Yeah, it
crazy
makes it all
songs.
loungy,
so, yeah.
like you're having a mixed beverage, maybe a martini. The lights are dim. You're having a good time.
you remember?
Thank you for setting the.
Do you remember us
locale.
talking about it before we played Rock Band that one night?
What?
Richard Cheese.
Dick Cheese.
It does sound familiar. I
Okay.
don't know if it was that night.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I just remember us having a
what
conversation.
that night. I mean, that night was
It's random.
complicated. So a lot of
Yeah,
things could have
I know.
happened.
That's why I just asked you.
There was some remembering, and there was some
But it
forgetting.
does sound familiar now that you say it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was played a song at one point.
At some
about
point
the
in my
same
life. The reason I said Iron Eagle is because that's why I just listened to One Vision by Queen recently, which I may have sent out to you
Nice.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes,
I listened to the
totally
whole
did.
thing in that moment.
And that was
the
in that
video
movie.
is
his
hilarious.
mustache.
Yeah, his
His-
everything.
He
Freddie
like
Mercury.
I Freddie Mercury seems awesome, but that mustache just always throws me off because he looks so creepy with it. To me,
Yes.
yeah, he just because
Yeah. And he's
that
got the
mustache
weird
these
teeth,
days it does not fly very
the
well.
quintessentially British teeth.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. I liked the theme to Beverly Hills Cop.
Vision.
I'm just going to hit all the 80s classics.
Nice.
Yeah. Mel Axel
Do
Foley.
you have Iron Eagle's a real one for you? You just got into that?
It had some good music in it.
I
When I was a kid, I really
cannot
kind of enjoyed
conjure
it.
that up at all.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
assuming
it
it's just
had
Rocky
a bunch of
80s.
80s.
Like,
Yeah, it was.
I'm really
Music-
just picturing Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Kind of.
music
Well,
like,
he
was
had
like a
this-
magical power that
He had a
made him fly
cassette
well.
tape player on his leg that he would put a tape in before
Yeah.
he did something awesome while flying.
Nice.
And he'd snap it closed, and
That
then
is
something would
exciting.
happen, and like
Saving
One
his
Vision
dad.
would start, and then he'd save his dad.
That
It was badass.
Nice.
And then Louis
the
Gossett
entire
Jr.
plot of the movie, and then he
That was a strong cassette tape to major
Yeah.
plot point connection.
And it actually had
It's like a single.
it had kind of a one of those tropes in it. Like Louis Gossett Jr. was originally, he thinks he's just like this, mechanic, like a plane mechanic or something when he
Yeah.
first meets him, and he turns out to be this like star pilot from previous wars or something.
Nice.
He's really awesome pilot, and he teaches
Right.
him how to be amazing. So he goes from like just some guy that you don't expect to be awesome to like he's
the
the wizard of all things you want to
he's
know
the
in life.
bearer of wisdom.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So it had that kind of thing. Yeah.
Louis Gossett Jr.
It's a good life.
Strong movie.
Also
Strong movie.
Also voices the
American history.
Yes.
the aliens in Half-Life, at least Half-Life 2.
I think he did.
Yep.
I think he did.
Huh.
What a
The
great
one
man.
true
He-
free
he-
man.
He was in The Substitute.
He was also
There you go.
with Belushi, little Jim Belushi action.
The
Yeah, I
Substitute.
think so.
Wow.
Or
No,
whatever the one was
He-
with. It was either one with Belushi
It was the one with
or the one
Belushi.
with the guy.
I watched it recently.
Major
with
League.
Dad.
There you go. You got it.
Tom Berenger.
You got it. I don't have a better answer.
Nice.
I think Tom Berenger was the substitute.
No, I think that's
That's
respectable.
why I stopped.
The
I was
80s
just thinking of
the 80s
random
had a
stuff
good
that I
time,
enjoyed.
though.
I
That's
grew
good
up with
stuff.
a lot of fun '80s movies. I used to like airplanes a lot when I was a kid, so I
Yeah.
watched Top Gun all the time and Iron Eagle. So
Nice.
throw that out there. And Ghostbusters.
I can verify that.
Yeah, that was my childhood. I think almost every day for the age of 4, I would go and put on like the recorded off of the cut for TV movie version of Top Gun
Yeah,
because
great
my
movie.
parents wouldn't let me watch our
I
version.
heard
Not
rumors
so much
that
of the Kelly
that was
McGillis.
being
Yeah.
remade
less
as well.
nudity.
I heard that as well.
Yeah, they are doing that. I
Or
recall.
it's a sequel. I forget
Is that in
what it is.
2016?
Please let there be
Did that not make the list?
beach volleyball because that was
Oh.
There
necessary.
must be.
Let's
beach
get
volleyball.
Val Kilmer to
Teeth
take
biting.
his shirt off again or something.
present day Val Kilmer. Give
Yeah.
us some of your best
Oh.
beach volleyball.
Show us what you Show us what you got.
Oh my. Well, I'm kind of surprised
Oh, Rick and
at
Morty.
some of the heavyweights that weren't touched on. Like
Well,
Star Wars,
the obvious
and Indiana
things,
Jones.
everything John Williams, which is what I mentioned earlier.
Right. Those are the best
I know.
ones.
I don't know the themes from Hunt for the Red October.
I'd need to go back and look at my
Well, Braveheart, the
my list
Braveheart
of
theme.
music.
Oh, Braveheart
Last of
was
the Mohicans
so good.
theme.
That
So-
was good.
yeah,
amazing,
Last of the
right?
Mohicans.
I mean that's what I'm.
See, I'm
I
horrible
tend to
at picking
lean
favorite
towards.
things.
Right,
Sweet Todd, bro.
but I think it is also, in the moment, like what you're feeling and your emotion, and you're gonna pick. That's how music works. That's how books work. That's how
Right.
Yeah.
movies work. That's all good. Honestly, right now, if I had to
That's
pick
exactly
in the
right.
moment, it's Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings soundtrack will always be up there as
Oh, that-
I can
yeah,
just
I've
listen
listened to
to
that many
most of
times.
those songs
Those are the
at
things
any
that,
time,
yeah.
right? But the Hook soundtrack is on a playlist that I have.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
That I own, and it is just
Run Home Jack.
do 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 do.
Well, yeah, that just
like
dri-
the major theme.
See,
So good.
It's fun, and it's fun because some of those things they draw you back to childhood.
Exactly.
It's fun.
It draw you in.
Which
You
is
feel
partially
it's
probably
adventure,
why
man.
I
Like you
like
feel
One Vision.
adventurous.
Yeah.
I drive and I'm just like, yeah,
Feel
I'm gonna
good.
go eat dinner. Yeah, gonna go
Get a little bit of that energy back
do
from when you
some
were
late work. Yeah, get ahead.
really excited as a
It's
child.
like, it's adventure, and then it happens. I'm like, where is Hook?
Where is he?
It's
Where's
so
the Hook
it's so clear to me
sound?
that our tastes in music, you and I, Dane, our tastes in music differ a lot. I definitely like darker stuff, and I know that you like just the more upbeat kind of
Oh yeah, make me happy.
kind of stuff, like make me happy.
Entertain me.
Yeah, and I envy that because I'd rather listen to that music.
That's
But
just
you-
kind of
like
uplifting
yours-
and makes
you
you
made
bounce
like
do
around.
that.
yours was Hook, mine was 28 Days Later
I
with there's
know.
zombies.
Well,
Right?
I'm going to point out a story that is kind of related to this because it's
Oh, I
music
know
from
what
a
this
cartoon.
story is. God,
When we were kids, we used to have to clean up the toy room, and I was older, and I would do most of the work, and Dan would sit around and be lazy because nobody was watching, and that was an authority. And the way that I made him help was I would have to put on the Tigger song from Winnie the Pooh on our old Fisher
The
Price
dark-
record player, and
The
then
dark Tigger song.
that would convince him to get up and work as
Nice.
fast as possible because the Tigger song was
Get that
so
feeling
energetic.
back. Get that feeling back, man.
So there you go. He once
Yep.
It
enjoyed
changes your psyche,
an
man.
uplifting Tigger
Changes
song.
your psyche.
it is true, and that's all I have to say about that.
No
There's-
shame, no
there's
shame.
no shame. There's
No.
no
Good song,
shame
dude.
there.
No, yeah.
Bring out the Tigger
Music,
song.
music is absolutely. He has a huge effect, and
School
for
of
me personally, like music will
Yeah.
very much change my mood. And I've actually recently gotten more into like going through my more upbeat songs, things like that. When I notice like I need to be in a good mood right now,
Yeah.
and totally, it's
Pep it up.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
pretty enjoyable. But
I
there's just
can't
something
do-
that like really, I've always been into like not like super downer songs or emo or
Just the
anything, but
grungier stuff.
the grungier stuff, things with a darker note to it. I don't know, just because that evokes
It's edgy.
more emotion in me. Like I find that those songs really hit me. But like, there's all kinds of good, like more upbeat,
Yeah.
poppy. Not all. They don't have to be poppy, but like kind of anthemy or whatever types of songs that will affect me.
Yeah, if everybody just listened to the exact same type of music, it'd be really boring.
It'd be boring.
All right.
I listen to all that stuff though too. It's great.
Yeah, I know you do,
because you have
yeah.
moods.
I mean, we all
you-
listen to the
You
same-
haven't fit the moods. You
Yeah.
know, it's great.
yeah,
That's
I
yeah.
love
That's
it.
kind of what I do, I guess.
the spectrum. All right, that about wraps it up for episode 16. We've done 16 of these things.
16 of them.
Of Rough Around the Edges, brought to you by Roughneck Games. Check us out at roughneckgames.com. We at Roughneck Games would like to thank you for listening to our podcast. We know you have many options when it comes to podcasts because I've seen on YouTube and iTunes there's like 10 billion of them. So thank you for making the right choice.
Twitter,
really.
Correct.
Facebook.
Yes.
Check us out on all of those.
We
Google
appreciate
Plus if you're feeling
your
niche.
time.
Yes. We have many links to all of those. You can
Dr.
find them
Freeman.
on our website, roughneckgames.com. Thanks.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.